everybody. I know I promised like 3 days ago I would put this online, but man, they were killing me at PT yesterday and the day before. I can barely move today. I'm so sore. I feel like I've been working out with 60-pound weights, and they only went up to 2-pounders on me. So it's been kind of hard to get something done this last couple of days. So here we are. These are the supplements I like to take. There's one missing, and I'll tell you about that in a minute. I do want to say that none of these are approved by the FDA to cure any disease, so don't take my word for it. Just take it and see if it works for you. Another thing I'd like to say is do not take any of these supplements unless your doctor approves them. It's important that you ask a doctor first, because there may be ingredients in these that interfere with some medicines you take or with your body in general. So be sure to ask your doctor about them. I'm not responsible if you don't ask your doctor and you take these and something happens. So anyway, most of these are pretty safe, but you just never know. Something might happen. And I don't want to be responsible for you getting hurt. So let's go to the first one. This is going to be glucosamine, chondroitin, and everybody knows about this. It keeps your joints limber. You can go, move your joints a little better. It's pretty much just helps you with the flexibility, which you're going to need once you get into PT. And another thing is, all of these, don't start taking them until after your surgery, preferably after you start physical therapy, because they really don't do you any good, except for maybe the last two, until physical therapy starts. So cinnamon, this increases your circulation, and it also reduces the inflammation. This says it supports sugar metabolism, which is true, and it also helps with high blood pressure. So if you've got low blood pressure, I would consider asking your doctor if it's safe to take cinnamon. But I use it mostly to increase the circulation and to help with the inflammatory reactions. The next one is garlic. Garlic also increases the circulation to your joints, especially after you've had surgery. I started taking the cinnamon and the garlic after the surgery. I was actually taking it before the surgery, but I had to stop about 3 weeks before my surgery because these both can interfere with the blood flow. They can act like blood thinners, so you have to be really careful about taking them if you're going to do it before your surgery. So I would suggest, if you're not already taking it, don't take it till after surgery. And if you are taking it, please stop taking it about 3 weeks before surgery. Otherwise, you're going to have problems with your doctor saying your blood is too thin to have the surgery. So next one is one of my favorites. This one's called Nitroblast. You can get any brand you want to get. In fact, all of these are what brands you like. But the Nitroblast is just a nitric oxide booster. It has different ingredients in it. It's a muscle builder, which when you're in PT, you're going to need a muscle builder because your muscles atrophy, and they atrophy fast. I was in a sling for 8 weeks nearly, and believe me, there's no muscle tone left. In fact, that's what we're working on now, is strengthening those muscles so that I can start lifting my arm higher. So it's a muscle builder. It also increases recovery from surgery. Now this is one of those I started taking about a week after my surgery. I would suggest that if your doctor says it's safe, go ahead and start taking it that week you have your surgery. That way you can already get that increased recovery from your surgery. I know that when I quit taking it for a week, that I could tell the difference. So that's something you might want to look at, is getting a nitric oxide booster. There's nothing in here except ingredients that are good for you. But again, talk to your doctor, because if you're on any medications, it might interfere with the medication. I know it didn't interfere with the medication I was taking, so that's okay. It also increases the blood flow, and you actually get better endurance, strength, and stamina with an oxide booster. So you're not quite as tired after physical therapy if you're taking this than you would be. You're still exhausted. It doesn't matter. You're going to be tired, but you're a little less tired, I should say. So, and then we have our cissus, which is derived from a plant. And this actually helps you heal your tendon and your muscles. So, it's a real good one to take. In fact, this is the other one I was taking before I started physical therapy because I wanted to try to improve what I could. It helps with the healing of muscles and tendons. It decreases pain and swelling, in effect. Some people say they like the pain decrease from the cissus better than using the opioids that the doctor gives you. So I would try that. I know it helps a lot with me, especially if I take 2 after PT. I usually take them before, but I've noticed that after PT, it doesn't seem quite as sore. So, and it also will help reduce pain and swelling. I think I said that, and improve bone density. So these 2 are my favorite. I think they've done the most for me. Like I said, I'm not a doctor, and I've only been going by what was told to me by my physical therapist. But be sure to talk to your doctor and your physical therapist, because they may say, no, you can't have that, whether it be medications or otherwise. One more that I do take, but I threw away the bottle and my order doesn't come in until Monday, is creatine. A lot of you, if you've ever were into physical things like running or weightlifting, will know what I'm talking about when I say creatine. It will also help with recovery. It helps muscle builders when they're building up muscle. You know, they tear those muscles to get them to get bigger and bigger. So when they're building muscle, they're tearing up the muscle too. And so the creatine actually helps repair that. And it starts repairing right away. So I would take the creatine just before I went to physical therapy, because that's when they usually take it, is just before they start working out. So, you know, a few minutes, 30 minutes or so before physical therapy, you can start taking the creatine too. And that's another supplement that's not FDA approved, blah, blah, blah. So you need to ask your doctor about taking that as well. It's also something you probably shouldn't start taking until after physical therapy has started. So you could also ask your physical therapist about which one of these she would recommend, or he would recommend, and which ones he would not. I'm going to say, of all of them, the Nitroblast, the cissus, and the creatine are the most important. So I hope this helps you a little bit. If you've got other supplements that have helped you, please put them in the comments. Let me know how these work out for you. And I will put another video up with something else later. Thanks.